Welcome to A Comic Book Look, your weekly TV show on comic books and anything related to comics. You know us, John, Tom, we're back again, and we can't wait to talk about more comics with you guys. We got a good, fun show today, issue 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And so we're moving right along, cruising right along. And so, if we were going comics, it'd be like almost, we're like in our third year almost, but
right.
We're weekly, you know. We're like the new, we're like DC 52. We come out weekly, or Spider-Man last year.
Right.
But I got a great, show. We're gonna do comic reviews. We haven't done just a straight comic review show. We've been hitting those topics up, and so we're just gonna go through what we bought today. But before we do that,
big
news for A Comic Book Look. Things are going to be changing a little bit. We're going to have to try to be a little bit more professional, I think.
No pressure.
Not happening. But anyway, we're going to be exclusive on the Inveterate Media Junkies website. So all of our fans that are watching right now, you need to make sure that, we'll still be on YouTube eventually. Don't worry, you can come here. But please go check us out at Inveterate Media Junkies. We're going to have our own section where you can comment and make we'll talk about the site there more than just the crappy section of comments in YouTube. And we can't wait to do it. And Inveterate Media Junkies invited us on board. We are super on board to be there.
Yeah. It's
a great, fun site for all sorts of media, and we're happy to represent them on the comic book talk show.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. They got a really cool team of contributors, and we're looking for it. Hopefully we'll get to work with some of them too and just kind of mix and match the media a little bit. But no, Tom and I are excited about joining the Mean Team Supreme, so definitely it'll be...
Yeah, so how we'll kind of go there is, we are going to be putting out our video first there, so always every single week, we'll still have the links out on Facebook and the different places where you can check us out to go there. Mm-hmm. To the Inveterate Media Junkies website to find our show, and it'll always be there once a week. We'll have a post where you can come and watch it there. That's where we'd prefer you to come and watch it. If not, if you're stuck to YouTube and you forgot how to type and all the letters on your keyboard are broken, so you can only go to YouTube, it's your only bookmark, then you can find us here. The video may be a little bit delayed. It'll be a little bit down the road, so we do want you to come to Inveterate Media Junkies. And we can't wait to be a part of it. But we're just giving you this pre-warning now, so all of our fans that are on YouTube know that this is going to be a change coming up. But we're super excited about it. We can't wait. Anyway, anything else you'd like to say on that, John?
Just keep the awesomeness coming. So
yeah.
Definitely stay tuned. And, I feel like we're wrapping up the show. We just got started. So.
Oh no way! That's just a great. That's just a great beginning to issue 28. All right, man. Let's jump right into these fucking reviews. I feel like I had to swear that time because
color language for a colorful.
Yeah, I didn't get to swear last time. My daughter was around, so
you handled yourself.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do this. I want me to hit up first. Head up.
You got like a mountain.
I always got a damn mountain. It's because I was going to drop Cap and Bucky. I was going to drop Justice League, and I picked them up. God, I'm a chump.
Here we go.
So let's start this out. Cap and Bucky. That's what I'm going to review first. Yeah. I mean, I talked about how I really liked it. I have been really liking it. Brubaker has this co-writer that's doing really good, and he's had a lot of good artists. Omni was on it, and it was kind of cool. I think I missed an issue, and I wasn't going to pick it up anymore. I'm trying to get away from kind of Marvel. Sorry, I don't mean to just specifically say I'm getting away from Marvel.
I hate Marvel, okay.
But I mean, just, you know what I mean. We've been talking about it for a long time.
Well, when it comes to this issue, I see exactly where you're coming from.
But
what a waste of my life. I didn't like that issue.
Oh, exactly. And then
that was horrible.
But then I see Francavilla is doing the art, and I'm like, I love his art. I mean, he did a Batman with Detective on, Jacques and him switched off on Scott Snyder's Detective run. And I was super excited, and the art is really good. The story is just so stupid. Whatever. It just, rehashes nothing. And it's like, God, there was $3 down the hole. But you know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have to give this somebody who's a Captain America fan. Just,
I think Jake's
give it to
wanted
him.
it.
Yeah, Jake's not getting it.
Jake's
Sorry,
weird.
Jake. He's not getting this. That's for sure.
Can't handle it.
Chomp.
Chomp.
All right, what's next?
You guys.
I told you before.
Jake.
We just ignore Jake. I told you before the show that we're supposed to go over like what we did, what happened in the book and stuff. I didn't do that at all in this one.
Well, nothing really happened. That's the problem. So don't read it. We promote comic sales, but only good ones. You know, it wasn't a good issue. I don't know.
Enough said. Enough said. Right, Stanley.
Strongly agreed. Stanley.
All right, you're up next.
Well, since I like to read quality things, I definitely showed Tom up with this one. And I got Deadpool 49.1, which is the musical issue. And the cover is so gay and awesome that I love this issue. Like, I was lolling so hard at work, like, you know, and I'm trying to be quiet. And it's hilarious. They take funny, you know, they take the lines and rhyme them and do it to, oh, this is sung to the tune of Britney Spears, Oh Baby Baby, or Naughty by Nature's OPP, you know? And then when you read the lyrics, it totally does, and it's hilarious. It's very well done. So
it's just so funny.
Yeah, so it's just, it calls out, like, everyone that Deadpool's encountered recently. I recommend this. This definitely gets a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and you don't normally pick up Deadpool.
No, I just saw that, and I was like, that's amazing.
Dude, totally. Like, that is how Deadpool is good. Like, when you read a bunch of Deadpool, you're kind of like, okay, I've had enough Deadpool, you know? But, like, when you read, like, an arc or something at a time, you're like, dude, Deadpool is so funny. So there's tons of haters I know out there that, you know, are just hating on Deadpool, but he can just be so outlandish and so funny. Issue. I do want to read this. You know, sometimes Daniel Way does do a good job with Deadpool. He's had troubles with other people, but his Deadpool stuff is usually pretty good, and... I mean, that's a good idea.
I just love, like, Bullseye
musical.
and Daken and Norman Osborn, like, hey, on the cover, so it's pretty amazing. Yeah. I'll use that for a still, huh? I see you.
that is, yeah,
that's amazing.
That's a good issue. All right. Well, I'm going to go spoiler warning for the rest of the time here, and we'll kind of dive a little deeper into what's happening.
Did I just not do what we were supposed to do?
No, because once again, I'm sure you did. You told us that it went OPP, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
You know, obviously you did.
Cool.
Okay, so we'll just review them together. I feel like it sucks because every time we do reviews, I feel like Fantastic Four is always coming out during that time. Yeah. I think it's because there's two different comics.
Yeah, that's what it was last time.
You know, it's like, I don't even want to review this again, but... It was really good. It's really awesome, and it built up to something really cool. Oh, imagine that. Me telling you that it's building up to something really cool. Every time I freaking talk about this book, that's what I say.
It'll get there, right?
And it does. It does, but then it's just like something cooler is going to happen after that. Something cooler is going to happen after that. Yeah. Fantastic Four, FF, they are combined. You have to read them together. I wish it said that you have to read FF first, because I would have rather read that first than Fantastic Four first, and I did do it backwards. So I'll start with FF. Great story. This, you know, about the kids team. They are out through some dimension hole that Valeria, you know, has there, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and I could care less. And that's how I say it in my head when I'm reading the comic.
True Marvel royalty.
Just like, it's just like when I read all the Harry Potters and loved them, and Hermione is Harry Potter's best friend to me. And then when I watch the movie the first time, I'm in the movie theater, and they're like, Hermione. I'm like, who the fuck is Hermione? What is Hermione? And then I get real, and it's already like, wow, I've read 5 books, and I've called her Hermione for so long. It's the same exact thing, but she's Hermione to me, just like Valeria is Valeria to me, whatever her name is. And she is just so smart and so fun. She's played as like a genius, and she's just in the kid's body. They have the same artist from the last story, so it's still kind of carrying into that. And it's about the Reeds, Doom, and then the kids, you know, are facing off against these Celestials, who basically just kind of are just like, well, you're here, so I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
And
kind of mean.
Yeah, and they're doing all these crazy things, and there's like one really funny point where Valeria's like, oh, I got it. And they're like, what? And she's like, I got time. How much time do you need? And the Reed's father, so I don't even know the older Reed, or the older Richards, he's like, I need 27 minutes. She's like, 27 minutes? Are you sure? Does a little calculation. She's like, okay, we got an extra 27 minutes. And they're like, oh, how do you do that? You know, it's just like funny different things. How, you know, she's just like a genius child. If you need 27 extra minutes, she can figure out a way for you to have enough time by warping reality. And it's really awesome. Also with, you know, Franklin being so powerful, away from Leech, being such a powerful mutant as well. It's kind of cool to see them, you know, around the Celestials, and then all of a sudden, boom, Celestial attacks, and one of the Reeds of like the Reeds crew. There's like a group of Reeds Richards through all these different dimensions that are just causing havoc, and one of them just gets annihilated, just blood blown up and just out of nowhere. So that was pretty crazy. But then it also talks about how they are calculating, you know, giving Galactus enough time to get back to the world, because there's like the annihilation is coming to the world and going to destroy Earth. And Valeria's like, well, we need to send Galactus through now. We need to hold these Celestials off for that long. That's the 27 minutes for Galactus to defeat everything. They end up being able to do that. All the Celestials come into Earth at the very end. And then when you read Fantastic Four, it shows, you know, Galactus coming in saying, Reed, what the hell are you doing bringing me here? I just ate 4 worlds. I'm powerful as fuck because I can feel something going down. It's going down. It's gonna be on. This isn't what I was preparing for.
Just ate 4 worlds.
But real quick, I'm gonna just knock out this annihilation for you. So all Annihilus knocked out by Galactus. Galactus turns around, and all the Celestials come in. So it looks like there's going to be just a showdown. He's like, this is what I was waiting for. And
that's a good issue.
Once again, man, I just really like what Hickman's doing. So, you know, even though the damn book comes out every time we frickin' choose to do the review shows, that's what we try to keep it current. So, I'm sorry. That's what it came out today.
Sorry.
Both books. It was good. Your turn, buddy.
My turn. Dark Wolverine, Daken, redeemed itself in my heart because last time we reviewed this, it wasn't doing so hot. This is actually a really good issue. Just kind of, he's basically just getting down to the nitty-gritty, lost his healing factor, so he's pretty vulnerable.
What?
Right?
How do you do that?
On a drug called Heat, which is what half the series has been about, which, in my opinion, got a little drawn out a little bit there, but he actually is just kind of, I think she's a CIA or FBI agent, and he's convinced her that she's psychotic just like he is. She just pretends to work for the good side, and he takes her to a warehouse where there's 3 dripping criminals hanging up, and he's like, kill them, you want to. You're just like me, and she turns on him, and he cuts her hand off and stuff.
What?
With his claws. Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
So when does he pop his claws, does it hurt him more now?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a healing factor?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, she's like, no, and he's like, wow.
Damn.
So he just, you know, he gets in there, and it's still pretty relentless at the end. He's trying to actually snipe Count Nefaria. You can see that he fires the bullets, and Count Nefaria, of course, is obviously like, lol, no. And then, basically, it just, he pops his claws at the end, he's ready to kick some ass in the next issue. You know, when they give you that little description, says, you know, he's ready for revenge on his dad, and he's going to start racking in the points again. So that's kind of what he's always been about.
Yeah.
He's kind of spiting dad. That's why he joined the Dark Avengers, and that's why I love this character. You know, not because he's, you know, I don't have any issues with my dad, but I think, you know, but I love him as a character. I think he's fun.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And you totally have Dark Avengers was your thing, and that's just what it came from. And you know, it still has dark in the cover. I mean, you know, so you like anything that says dark.
Other books that we've read tonight that have dark on it.
We'll get to dark. And
speaking of your turn.
But you know, I think that's cool. I think you're like in a world of hurt here, though. You bought Alpha Flight and Daken, and both are getting canceled.
Don't want to talk about it.
So I just want to let you know that's pretty sad.
Sad.
Okay, next book I want to talk about.
You're tearing me up.
Well, let's just do it. Let's bring out the dark. We're talking dark. We're keep it dark.
Keep it dark.
Keep it dark. Okay, we're going to talk Justice League Dark number 5. This has been a big story about Enchantress taking over a character called June Moon, and with her, she has, you know, become all crazy. Madame Xandu had to read the cards and bring all these people together in order for this to happen and this to happen. And, you know, Constantine is kind of fighting all through all this shit because it basically, Justice League Dark, they've never said Justice League, they've never said they're a team. It's just like they took the Marvel method of putting Avengers on things, and it sells more. So to put Justice League on things, it'll sell more. And you love the crew going into it. I mean, I love Constantine, I love Zatanna, I love Darkman, I love, you know, all these characters, Deadman, but, I don't know, something's just not clicking for me.
Yeah.
It was okay. You guys know how much I love Zatanna, and so I want to keep buying just for that. I see her on the cover, I want to buy it.
Yeah.
But it's just not pulling together. Some of the panels are really cool, but sometimes it's just overdone. The same color backgrounds over and over. This
dark
green.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not saying it's a bad comic. I'm not saying that at all. And if you're in the mood for a supernatural comic, then that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
But you know, like for me to have it be really supernatural, I mean, I really want it to be good.
Yeah.
And kind of this closing at the end here that kind of wraps up the first arc. You know, now Enchantress is like good. She's going to probably be around these people now because she's part of June Moon again, and there's no really repercussions for what happened. And it's like, what did happen? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough in the last issues. But it's just a book I really wanted to like, and now, you know, after it's 5 issues, I'm probably not going to get the 6th, unless Zatanna is very prominent on the cover, and then it's impossible for me not to buy it.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It just wasn't really friendly either. I jumped in on it. This one, I read it, and, you know, if you're an outside reader like that, that's not an opportune issue to jump in on. In fact, I suspect you'll probably have to start from number 1 to even know what the hell's going on.
Kind of.
Like, what can those different characters do? Who's who doesn't like who, and so forth, because I got absolutely nothing.
And almost, now that you say that, you know, like, they haven't explained that yet.
Okay.
They almost need you need to know who Madame Xandu is, you need to know who Enchantress is, you need to know who Constantine is, you need to know that, you know, you maybe don't need to know who they are, you just need to know that they're magic users, and I don't know, but you're totally right, it's like, they still haven't explained it.
I had a hard time getting anything out of that.
But, sorry, lame. Alright, you're up, brother.
Am I? Alright.
Yeah.
Teen Titans number 5.
Cool. 5 deep in this now.
5 deep in this. Can any of them defeat Superboy? First question for you. How do you feel about Superman and Superboy being the same age and practically twins?
So lame.
You've seen it?
Oh,
it's right there.
Totally.
Justice League 5. They're practically the same age. It kind of bothers me. Hey, Clark, you want to go, like...
You want to go hang out, man? Yeah, exactly. Let's arm wrestle and then circle jerk.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, it's so that kind of bothered me. But all in all, it's a really, really good issue. You kind of, first of all, they're all finally together because they were all split off doing their own sub stories, and so it's cool to have the team kind of together. Got completely schooled by Superboy. You know how I feel about those situations. So that was fun.
Yeah.
But no, it was a really fun issue. I thought it's a good team builder.
How's the art and stuff still holding up?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And it was just, you know, it was cool to see some of the characters actually do something because, you know, you don't. Bunker and was the one that I was just happy to see move. He had the purple fist. Yeah. So I mean, it's just nice to see him finally do something. All in all, it was a good issue. I'm excited for the series. I'm just kind of hoping that it continues to move now and not more. You know, stagnant 4 issues, you know, but
sure.
No, yeah, they got completely.
Who's the black character that's like all black with blue electric chick?
Actually, she hasn't really been elaborated so far, because Superboy works for Nowhere, and she was a prisoner of that program, so they're kind of still working on developing her a little bit more.
And what's her name? Casey, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't Wonder Girl. Yeah, she hates when you call her that.
Yeah,
no, so all in all, it's a really good read. I'm definitely staying with this series for a while just to see where it goes, and yeah.
Well, I will be reading it. I haven't read it yet because, as you guys know, I will be reading every single 52, 1 through 5 of all 52 books.
Getting ready for that show.
So that's like, what's that? A lot of books.
It's a lot of books.
5 times 52. We'll be reading them all. Can't wait. 250 some comics. It won't take me that long.
Right. right?
No.
Well, you've already read half of them.
Exactly,
right?
and I'm gonna skip over a bunch too. Obviously, it's not like I'm gonna read.
I really
Static
hope
Shock
you do
2,
focus on like Red Lanterns and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am gonna focus on the ones I haven't read. I mean, I haven't read Flash. I haven't read Aquaman. I haven't read Green Lanterns.
I think they're gonna be good.
No, but I'm just gonna read them because I want to be able to answer these things.
It's honest.
I just know that they're not gonna be that good, but I'm just want to read them because there's not. I mean, as I say this, I just said they're bad. I'm gonna read them all. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because I'm into comic books. This is, I consider this a very,
big
big
deal.
a huge part of comics right now, and I feel like our show is growing, and I want it to. I mean, I want to have the knowledge of everything that's going on, be able to answer questions about this, and
and we have gotten a lot of questions.
Well, a lot of questions about it, and like what is the
Harmonized budgets only go so far, though. We're like the new 36. Honestly, with what we buy, I mean, we can't afford realistically all
exactly.
of them.
But now that's why I'm going to go digital for those. They're not a bunch of them are cheaper now. So.
Yeah. No, that's cool, dude.
But definitely, all right.
We're gonna do it. No. Okay.
Do I have any more that I need to talk? Have we talked about Walking Dead yet?
No.
That's what we'll do. Walking Dead. Did you read the full issue?
Yeah.
Is this your first issue of Walking Dead?
Period.
First issue Walking Dead. That's pretty cool. Because John got here like a comic book looker. He had all his books read for the day, and he goes, "Oh, how are yours going? We should do comic reviews." I was like, "Oh yeah, I haven't read any yet." So then he had to sit around while I read my stack. And
I read top stack.
Then he read my stack too. So then he got to read it.
It's a win-win situation.
Exactly. A Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It's such a fun book.
Yeah.
I mean, it still dives into personal stuff when it can. There's like one page that is specifically Abraham, Michonne, and Michonne. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong again. That's another Hermone trick because Michonne and Hermone, there's no way that they rhyme, and in my head they should sound right, but they don't. Anyway, Michonne, Abraham, and Rick go out, and there's just a great scene of them killing zombies, and then Rick being like, "Look how comfortable we are with this. We don't even break a set anymore. It's just like they've gone 93 issues just like killing zombies without question." And there's this big thing going on. This guy, Jesus, has come in, said that there's other communities that want to, trade and gather with him. Rick thinks that, he has ulterior motives. Yeah. So he's like, "Oh, let's shake on it." And then Rick grabs him, ties him up, locks him away, sets the perimeter, thinking that he's going to have some bad people on him. Rick does still not trust him at all. Goes out, and that's when Abraham, Michonne, and him are all out using themselves as bait to try to bring out his allies. And then that's when Rick kind of realizes what if I'm wrong? Yeah. What if he is a good guy? What if there are other communities that are like us that want to trade merchandise, and maybe there's something we have, we can trade food and different things, and it's called A Larger World because Walking Dead for 93 issues has taken place in Georgia, in an area this big, they haven't left. And they've dealt with themselves, what's happened, small communities around them. Yeah. There's a whole entire world that's been taken over by zombies. We know nothing. We know nothing about that. And he said a larger world, you're finally just expanding to another town even. It's like there's so many endless stories that are here in The Walking Dead. And I've heard a bunch of people online talk about, I think I'm about to jump off Walking Dead. It's kind of doing the same thing. It's kind of a lackluster place. And it's like, you guys, Kirkman has been giving this to us for 93 issues. He never ends up letting us down. Anytime there's a low point, it's a reason because he wants you to feel comfortable, so then he can shake shit up and fucking shoot Carl in the face. I said spoiler warning at the beginning of this, so if you didn't pay attention, that's your own fucking fault if you didn't know that. And, that kind of stuff can happen. And it gets crazy, and I love it. And it pisses me off when other people, are going to seriously put down and not just give the trust in Kirkman, man. He's putting this out for a reason, and he's expanding it, always having great ideas. Love it. Did you like it as your... Praise him.
Alright.
I do like Kirkman, though.
What? Did I
Robert
like
Kirk,
it?
yeah. Did you as your
I
first
thought it was
issue?
cool, yeah.
You don't know any of the characters really.
Yeah, no, I totally dig it. I actually, and it's funny, I haven't seen the TV show, nothing like that. My experience with zombies is Resident Evil, the movies.
Like you've never seen the TV show?
Never.
Thanks for being a part of the comic book community, John, and
I know.
running.
Really being cognizant of the efforts on television. I know.
It's okay.
But no, seriously, it was a great issue. Yeah. They actually illustrated a lot of the main theme of this issue is actually dealing with zombies is one thing, but if there's a army of people coming, we don't have enough ammunition. What are we gonna do? You know, so they're almost more fearful of other people instead of human devouring zombies, you know, or whatever, you know, flesh eaters and
totally.
You know, so totally, that's quite a twist. And if that's the first time we've seen anything like that in the series, that's cool. I got to witness it.
Yeah, you totally did. And it's cool because they're so comfortable in their spot now. They dig trenches and they've built up the wall so like you could walk to the top of the wall and then it's straight down on the fence. So they've built up dirt. They've dug the trench, put the dirt here. You know, they're making all their place so secure that it will always be able to get through. They have mazes of cars so that when the walkers come, they can take them out one at a time instead of a horde of, you know, them coming. And so they've spent all this time making this place perfect. And it's like Rick's crazy. First of all, Rick's crazy. I mean, he's obviously been crazy. He has gone off the deep end a long time ago, and he's perfect as a leader in the zombie world. And so he never trusts anybody, and he knows what to do. He always tries to plan ahead, and it's just a fun fucking character. God, I love Rick. And it just continues to be a great book. I mean, seriously, it just continues to be a great book. And then, do you have any more books that we need to talk about?
Well, I got one, and then we have the campaign disagreement.
Okay, so you give yours now.
Doesn't it have like a black thing I can put
exactly,
on my
we
face?
should wear veils. Have it set up on the coffin.
Oh, it's Alpha Flight number 8.
Somebody playing organ in the background.
Can you find some organ music for this? Skylar's gonna find some organ music.
You died. Alpha Flight.
Alpha Flight. 8 of 8. Actually, really good issue. I liked it. It's kind of, you know, the Master of the Universe is the star villain of this. The team's finally, you know, Alpha Strike, obviously, being cooler because it's the bad guy version. I like them. You're
in disgust of yourself. You're like, it's a bad guy version.
Yeah.
I like that.
But, you know, Alpha Flight, of course, wins at the end. Interestingly enough, though, Heather runs off with their kid and is like, I'm just going to raise her by myself, you know, because she feels that Mac is incapable of being a parent. And so I thought that was kind of, you know, depressing, actually, because I was hoping, you know, they could
what do you mean by Alpha Strike?
Alpha Strike, what happened? They recruited a lot of bad guys and, you know, parodies to match, you know how they match the good guy with, exactly.
So they did the Dark Avengers,
approach to that, right,
okay.
and portrayed them as the heroes, except they had Heather at the front of the team as their guardian, you know, vindicator or whatever. So Alpha Flight was made to be a bunch of outlaws, while the teams went up against each other, and obviously the good guys win. Aura, John Paul's brother, or sister, no, I don't know about that yet. But no, sister.
Oh my God.
Definitely, you know, she came to terms with their multiple personalities towards the end, so that's cool, because she's been battling that for 150 plus issues, you know, with the first run and all the other ones. I love the series. I hope they actually said in a letter at the end that they should be making an appearance or something coming up in this year, actually.
So is it kind of they're together though? The Alpha Flight is a team at this point,
right?
It is.
Yeah,
okay,
so
then they can.
Team's doing good. They're
back together. So even if they don't have a comic out, we know that they could.
Right.
The team could show up somewhere.
Thank the heavens for Chaos Wars for bringing them back. I hate that storyline. So Chaos Wars was awful.
Chaos Wars was there for one reason, to bring back Alpha Flight. And besides that, you might as well just forget it. Yeah. That's why, you know, sometimes they just need to just scrap it and just be like, we're bringing Alpha Flight back. Are you going to explain it? Nah. We're just going to leave it out.
Yeah.
That would have been fine.
Yeah. Like, how does Galactus,
they're all back alive.
How does Galactus take out the whole, you know, offensive array of, like, an alien species, but he can't hold his own against, like, an army of zombies? Remember that issue?
Totally.
He's like, I don't know if I can do this. Then again, I don't know if he had 4 worlds on the plate.
Yeah, that's why he was super powerful at this point, and that's the reason. But also, sometimes, you know, I mean, Galactus is played like where he's like standing in New York City.
Yeah.
And then sometimes he's like standing and he's like he can hold the earth in like his hands.
What's up with that?
Is he a size changer?
Probably.
Remember that mini-series a long time ago about Galactus's daughter?
Oh yeah, I was talking to John about that.
Who was pregnant, I think.
What?
With another Galactus, like in her belly or something.
Because she was pretty young.
Yeah, but she didn't like get pregnant by like fucking. She got pregnant by like, you know,
Immaculate Planet Conception.
I think
Bullshit.
I think.
Let's get her on Maury.
That was the exact reason. Whatever, but yeah.
Who's the father?
That's funny. Okay, well, do I have any left? Yeah, Wonder Woman. This is from last week, but I just want to bring it up. Wonder Woman, it's a great book. It's so cool.
I need to read those.
Finally, Wonder Woman is pertinent. You're wanting to read Wonder Woman. She's cool. She's with cool characters. Her art is really pop arty, and it's just really good. And then the reason I want to talk about this is this is issue 5, and we had to get the fill-in artist, and it's Tony Atkins. And Tony Atkins is a good artist. I've seen him do other work, and it's good. You open to the first page, it looks very good. Everything looks good. I mean, it's good, but it's not Cliff Chiang. And Cliff Chiang makes this Wonder Woman book. You know, as much as Brian Azzarello is writing these great stories, and as awesome as of a crazy monster as Tony Atkins drew in one of these panels, it looks really cool. I miss that Cliff Chiang. So I can't wait for him to be back, hopefully on the next issue. Hopefully this is just a fill-in issue. Wonder Woman is still definitely the top of my new 52, and it's so cool. She faces Poseidon, and yeah, this big fish right here is Poseidon. Like the king of the god of the sea. He presents himself as a giant like catfish thing with this crazy crown, and it's really inventive, and it's making Wonder Woman really fun because it's so much like Wonder Woman is a part of like the mythical gods now, like almost like Hercules is. Instead of having her so much involved in the Amazon world and with Hippolyta or whatever, her mother and her sister and all those, like that almost kind of brings the Wonder Woman down. I get it, that's part of it. Yeah. We just don't need that anymore. I like Wonder Woman in the world doing the damn thing, and that's what this is.
Doing the damn thing. How did issues 2 through 4 go? 2 through 3.
Amazing. What? Yeah. John forgets to count sometimes. It's okay.
What episode?
Issue 4. But 1 through 4 are awesome. Cliff Chiang is such a good artist. God, he's so fun.
It's like awesome.
Yeah. It reminds me of, I don't know if you ever read Greendale. I know for a fact you have never read Greendale. It's this.
I actually did.
Oh, did you? Greendale is this like Neil Young story, and Cliff Chiang did not do interiors on any other regular comics because he was doing this thing for like a year, and it ended up being okay, and the art was awesome, but the story is just okay, and it was just so nice to have him back and doing Wonder Woman. But I understand it's hard to put out a whole 22 or 20 pages of art in 1 month and do a cover as well, and so I mean I get it, but it'll be great to have him back on the next issue. Now for the final.
One more.
One more? Oh, what are we doing? Well, pull it out. I didn't read it yet, so you get to do the full review.
Alright. Well, we have Unwritten, and this is issue
33.5.
33.5. Why do they do that for the non-knowers like me? Why do they number their issues as such?
How much have I complained about Marvel points? A lot. I'm not a big fan of the points. But no.
It feels like a one-shot for starters.
It totally is, because what happened is the Carey and Gross, Mike Carey and Peter Gross, the people who are the creators for this, had a whole bunch of ideas that they wanted to get out, but they didn't want to, go off their main story. But they wanted to still have these kind of one-off stories that still tie in, but not to the direct story. And so they made them 0.5. So there's been like 31.5, I think 32.5, and 33.5. Maybe only 2. But they end up being really cool comics. Yeah. But they're just tied in to it to it, and it's almost like they double ship a month.
Yeah.
And but you don't lose your main story.
Yeah. I thought it was a cool issue.
Yeah,
because it took me a while to figure out what in the world. What?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tell me all about it. I don't care though. It's a 0.5 issue.
It's.
I mean, usually they're like really heady reads. You can barely.
Kind of like a old school European setting, and the girl is introduced as pale and sick, and she's like, kind of like a really young girl, like still playing with toys, whatever. So it's a rich family and soldiers occupying their house, and so forth. Well, it's revealed that her dad's actually doing inappropriate things with her, and she was pale and sick looking because she had actually lost a baby.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and when she plays with her toys, like, she had a doll with her hands cut off, and the cook in the kitchen cut all of her fingers off with a cleaver with one hand and held it, and then did it with the other. And so when she plays with her toys, things happen. And she ended up killing all the soldiers that were going to hang one of the soldiers, her dad. Very gruesome.
Awesome.
A very blunt story. I think you'll really like it. The artwork's fascinating. I liked it.
Because what they do with this artwork is Peter Gross just does really rough layouts. He just gets through and he shows the inker what he wants the page to look like. Yeah. And then the guy comes through and does all the finishes and just finishes the whole entire thing.
That sounds cool.
It's really cool. I'm just glad that they're doing these, and I wish they weren't calling them point issues. I mean, I wish we could just call it
number whatever
34. But whatever. That's the way you're gonna do it. That's fine. This book is so good. It continues to be good. It continues to be great. I love it, and I bet this is some story in literature throughout time.
Yeah. And
we don't know. I mean, obviously, I haven't read all the because they bring. I mean, it's way too heady of a read for you to read all the books that they reference. Seriously, just like so many books throughout time that they reference, and that's what probably this is based on. I've never heard of that story before, but somehow I'm sure it is, and they tie it in, and it's just all about how stories control the world is kind of like what the Unwritten is all about. God, it's so good though, so heady. Well, now we're ready to finalize it up. Oh, okay. So do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Because my review is simple.
Okay.
Justice League number 5. I liked it.
My review is simple as well. Justice League number 5. I hated it. I told myself before I was going in I wasn't going to buy it. And I was like, okay. I looked at the cover. I was like, they're going to final up the Cyborg, and it's going to be great. Ends up being... it took me like 5 minutes to read. It's so drawn up and blank. Oh my god, it's... there's a page where Batman reveals himself to Green Lantern, and he's like...
I'm Bruce Wayne.
My name is Bruce Wayne. Green Lantern. Who the hell is Bruce Wayne? When I was 10, my parents were murdered in front of my eyes. I spent my life training to fight the same kind of criminals that took their life. But this is different. This isn't about me.
What, you just made it about you in over a page and a half.
I mean, are you kidding me? It's like the most, Batman. First of all, Batman would never say that. I'm meeting you for the first time. Let me take my mask off. I'm Bruce Wayne. Would you like to hear a little bit about my past? Oh my god, dude. I just want to do... Not buying issue 6. Try to justify why it's good, John.
Okay, I will. Because, as you continue on through the issue here, we got this. Oh, that's our call sign? That's your big battle cry is what he says. We got this. I want to see that every issue now. We got this. Hell yeah.
That's like the Avengers Assemble.
Right, exactly. We got this. Other hopeful panels that I had were, I'm just finding them here. Oh, when... Green Lantern's coming through and wiping everyone out of the debris because they got schooled. I'm liking that.
Yeah.
I think it's fun to see the Justice League get slapped around.
It is. I mean, it's just they throw Wonder Woman in for no reason.
Yeah, she didn't really do a lot.
I totally get this is the book that the 12-year-old needs to read. If you're going to DC Comics, you'd be like, I'm gonna read this because I'm 12. It says rated teen, but whatever, man. Yeah. Let your 12-year-old read it. Let's get real here.
What? But I mean, I have no problem reading it. I thought it was entertaining. It was fun. Maybe I'm a 12-year-old at heart. I read Alpha Flight, so I guess I don't know.
It just like is like.
I love.
First page, 3 words.
Yeah.
Third page, 2 words. You know, like.
I appreciated it just because it's more on the go. You know what I mean?
Fifth page, 5 words.
But they're doing something.
They're doing what? They're fighting. You know, a dude who's just standing there. I am Darkseid. I will stand here, and you cannot defeat me. That's basically it. And I don't know. I
thought.
I hope you keep on. I'm glad that you. We got you reading a bunch of DC comics and you liked it, but yeah. I'm dropping off of that. I'm ashamed I bought this one anyway. It's $3.99. God damn it! That was $4 I could have saved. Anyway,
I like it, but you know.
But that's why this show is awesome, man. Okay. Well, anyway. Let's rock this out. We're going way over. Skylar keeps on. We're going 40 minutes. You're 40 minutes long now.
Are we at 40
Shut
minutes
up.
for real?
Well, anyway. We had a fun episode, dude. Yeah. It's okay. You could last an extra 10 minutes, viewers. Don't complain. And don't forget, Inveterate Media Junkies will have our own sessions there. It'll still be the same show, Comic Book Look, but you got to go to Inveterate Media Junkies. We'll have one more after this one on straight to our our YouTube page, and after that, it'll be always going straight there. So we can't wait to hear from you there. We can't wait to see your comments. Comment, subscribe to this show, send us emails, acomicbooklook@gmail.com.
And it's still the same too. Yeah, I mean, if you, like Tom said earlier, if you want to check us out on the YouTube channel, it'll still be put up. It'll just be a little bit later. So. But definitely check us out. I mean, you don't, like you told me, you don't even have to literally join. I mean, they encourage comments and interaction and stuff.
Yeah.
We hope you represent us.
Yeah, exactly.
We want to see the comments. Bring
coming.
the comments over there, absolutely.
But you're totally right. I mean, most people don't. I mean, it's a site to go and you read what people are into and you read the posts that they've recently had, what's coming out, and then, I mean, if you really want to get into kind of what's going on in the business and stuff, that's where, you know, me... all the other guys and girls are chatting on the open thread and the different sites about you know what's happening, and that's where the real meat of it is.
Yeah.
But totally, it's a great site. I've promoted it obviously forever because I'm always there. They like the videos. They wanted to put us on, and we can't wait to be a part of their team. So, all right.
Awesome. Well, keep on. Stay tuned with us, Skylar, Tom, and I. We're not going to let you down. Continue being awesome. Keep it real. Real OG.
Yes, thanks for watching again, guys. Issue 28.
Excellent. Keep it comics.